I finished listening to Rom-Com Right Time by C. Hallman. Now, that is performed in June by CJ Bloom and Hobbs. Now, if C. Hallman sounds familiar, that is because I have edited a shit ton of her stuff. But this is a Montlake published book, which means it is a trad book, which I am absolutely thrilled for her. And so, even though it is a trad book, I did know about it and I did read it, a very, very early copy. And see how it came to me and was like, I think I'm gonna try and query this book, what do you think? Because you know, I'm always going to tell you what's what. I'm never going to pretend like, oh, I just randomly picked up this book and listened to it. No. Because that would be a lie, and it would also be a biased review. So I read it and I was like, yes, you have to query this. It's so much fun. And so I read, like I say, an early draft, and I knew it was going to be one of those books that one, a publisher was going to want to pick up, and two, that readers were going to enjoy. And so when it came to the audio, I knew CJ Bloom and Nelson Hobbs were the perfect voices for this book, and they did not disappoint. I will say that they work so well together, they sound great for these characters, but CJ Bloom knocked it out of the park. She is the standout. She embodied Sage. The comedic timing was chef's kiss. So good, and she deserves all the awards for this performance because she just had me howling with the antics that Sage does and how she performed them. And honestly, I'm at the point where I'm like, I just need to be listening to more CJ in rom-coms. Have I been sleeping on her in rom-coms? Because, my goodness. And so, this book is a dark rom-com. Now, when I say dark, it is a trad book, so it's not too dark, because trad doesn't do too dark. And if you want something that's an intro to dark, or something that isn't going to push you too far into the dark side, this is a great one to do, or to start with. If you like Grim Weaver stuff, I think this is also a good one to move on to as well. But if you read this and then want more C. Hallman, come to me and let's have a conversation before you just dive into a whole back catalogue, because she has stuff that ranges through all the levels of darkness. Because don't think they're all this light in the darkness, okay? But anyway, Rom-Com Right Time, let's talk about it. So we have Sage, she's a travel blogger. She goes to a cabin to review it, and she goes to the wrong cabin, which is owned by Travis. He's getting ready to end somebody's life because he is a serial killer. She interrupts him, he's not down with that, and she keeps interrupting him, and he's like, she's gotta go. This pink-haired menace is ruining my life and my schedule. I can't do it. But every time he goes to recon or to end her, he gets distracted, usually by spicy times. And there's this one scene where he leaves and he's like, damn it, I forgot to strangle her. Which is hilarious to me. And there's this balance between them where it's like, I'll do it next time, and it's a lot of fun. And also when there's like the discovery, because she's obsessed from like the moment she's like, he's gonna be mine. She's signing her name with his surname, they're gonna be married, they're gonna live happily ever after, but she's not aware of what he is, and he's plotting her death. Like, they're not quite on the same page. And then he's like, really comes to terms with the fact he's not going to be able to do it. But then, you know, discoveries are made. And once that's made, you know, it's like, what do I do? Because now she knows. And she's not as upset as you thought she would be. But she also is conflicted because she doesn't mind what he does. She just doesn't want it to be a certain type of person. And so that balance is like that's the conflict, right? Is who deserves it. And listening and the back and forth is just, you gotta listen to it, it's a lot of fun. And I highly recommend it. I would 100% recommend grabbing it today. It came out today, and if nothing else, then for CJ's performance. And don't get me wrong, Nelson Hobbs does a great job, but CJ's just, she's awesome. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun.